Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm going to be doing a Throwback Thursday thing. So I decided I wanted to do a movie, TV show, video game, book, something that was released at least 2 years ago to count it as a Throwback Thursday for reviewing. So let's get into the video. Okay, so today I'm going to be reviewing Horton Hears a Who. The first thing I want to talk about is the animation. And every time I would see water in this movie, it just looked so pretty. I have a thing for water when it's animated. Like, every time I see water that's animated that looks semi-real, I'm just like, wow, it's so pretty. Like, I really just like how it looks. I don't know why, but they did a really good job with this, especially like when Horton would like jump in a pond or something and like the water would splash up. I was like, man, that's so pretty. And like right when the movie starts, there's like water droplets falling off a leaf, and I was like, so pretty. So now I want to talk about the animals and how they were like animated in I kicked my camera. And how they were animated in the style and stuff. So it's like an older style of animation. It doesn't look nearly as clean as like something newer, but I actually love this style of animation, like how big the eyes are and how like exaggerated they are, and still how it does look like a lot like a cartoon, but it still has good features. Like the hair on the kangaroos and the monkeys, they looked really good, and whatever that fuzzball thing is, that's a child, that's like yellow, the hair looks fantastic, but it still ties in nicely with how everything else looks, and it doesn't make it look out of place at all. Okay, so like, you know the little flower thing that like Dr. Seuss always draws, and like in the Lorax they were trees, but like the little pink swirly thing, it still looked really pretty. I like, that's like what the Who's were sitting on the entire time, but I still love how they look. In the Lorax is literally, I'm obsessed with looking at those trees because I just love how pretty they are. I don't think that they look as good as in the Lorax, but it's still really pretty to look at. Okay, so now I want to talk about the Who's animation and like what they look like. So when you see them, they're super cute and they're adorable, and like the texture of their like clothes and everything, how everything's furry, it looks really great. Until you start thinking about something. Their texture of their skin and the texture of their clothes are the exact same, and their hair. Their hair is actually a little bit different, but for their clothes and their skin, it's the exact same texture. Are they like, do they have clothes? Are they wearing clothes, or is that just like how they look, like they're born like that and their clothes just grow with them? Or like, are their clothes? So now I want to talk about the story. So I think the story is a really cute story, and it's super easy to follow, even though they're bouncing in between two different worlds and they're sort of telling a slightly different story. Like, the mayor's doing his thing and Horton's doing his own thing, but it still ties into one singular story, and they balance the amount of time that Horton's on the screen and the amount of Who's that are on the screen very well. Okay, so like, I'm sure there's a moral to this story. I'm not sure what it is, but I know it's there. It might be that everyone's opinion is, like, you can listen to other people's opinion and not just, like, shut them out right away, even though you don't believe their opinion is right. Or maybe it's, like, listen to your kids, they know what they're talking about, or, like, that you shouldn't force your kids to be like what you want them to be, they can choose their own path, or something like that. I honestly don't really know, but I still love the movie and the story, and it's cute. I just don't really know what the moral of this story is, so. Okay, so like, my camera's shaky. Okay, so like, at the end of the movie, they have the one song, like, they're still animating and whatever. I feel like there could have been a song there that was better than that. That song just felt out of place for that movie. Like, I don't even remember what song it was that they were playing, but it just felt like a little bit out of place and weird. But like, I feel like they should have picked like a different song, or maybe just change, I don't know, but it just seemed out of place for me. But like, it didn't ruin the movie or anything, it was just like, that's a weird song to be playing right now. Okay, so now I want to talk about the voice acting, because I think the voice acting was really good, and they chose really good people for all the characters. Like, the kangaroo sounded really stuck up, Horton sounded like a goofball, the vulture in the vulture, I could not say that, but he sounded like his voice was all crackly and creepy, but and all the Who's sounded good except JoJo. So, like, I know JoJo's voice is supposed to be deeper because he's the oldest too, even though he's smaller, but, like, the way it just sounded too deep for it to come out of his mouth. Like, I feel like it should have been a little higher pitched. Like, there can be adults and older children that still have higher pitched voices. It just seemed way too deep to be coming out of his mouth. But other than that, the rest of the voices and how they fit with the characters all seemed really, really well, and like they all fit really perfectly. Really perfectly? That's not even English. Is it English? I don't know. So now, if kids can watch this movie, of course they can. It's a kids movie. There's nothing wrong in it. I don't, like, everything was totally fine in the movie. But also, I can still watch that movie and still be interested in it, and I really enjoy that movie. My mom still really enjoys that movie. So like, it's a good movie for all ages. Okay, so now I want to say what my 5-year-old sister thought. She was actually sitting there watching with me, and the only reason I watched it is because I was like, dude, this movie's so good and I think you'll like it. So in the beginning of the movie, she watched about like 15 minutes of it and was like, Tina, can I play Roblox? I want to play Roblox so bad. And I was like, dude, just watch the movie. So she was getting a little bit bored in the beginning, and also she wasn't really paying attention. But as it got closer and closer to the end, she was like really invested in the movie, mostly because I was like, oh my gosh, that's happening. Oh no, the vulture's gonna get him. Like, it was this whole thing. But eventually she did get into the movie, and by the end of the movie she was like, oh my gosh, that movie was so good, I give it a thumbs up. Okay, so now my opinion for the movie. I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10 for like this entire movie. I really like this movie. It's just like a cute little fun movie. Why does my hand keep doing this? You can literally only see this much of me, and my hands are like, ugh, whatever. But I'd give this movie a 10 out of 10 because I really enjoy this movie. It might just be because it's nostalgic for me, but like, I think it's a cute movie, and like the characters and everything, it's cute, and like I just like it, and it's cute. And how many times have I said cute? Like, what is this? Why do I keep doing this? I'm not Italian. Okay, so I just checked my notes and what I was trying to say before I got sidetracked. So, I forgot what I wrote, but I'm just gonna go what I think I said. So, it's a really cute movie. Like, the story gets to the point and still being funny and intriguing and being able to keep my attention while watching it. I didn't actually want to look at my phone. Most of the time when I'm watching a kid's movie, like, I'll just be sitting there and be like, okay, and now I got a notification and I got a Snapchat and I'm just gonna check it. This movie actually kept my interest. It could just be nostalgic for me, but I don't know. And like, the animation and the voice and everything is really, really good. So definitely a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. And remember, a person is a person, no matter how small.